Okay, let's see here. Are we live? Are we streaming? No video for me just yet. Oh, here we go. I think we got it live, fellas. Welcome back, nerds. Yes. All right. Well, today we got something special from my vault. A bunch of PlayStation prototypes, debugging systems. I got some DevKit stuff, all for you guys, special. These are all, oh, by the way, also, all this stuff is for sale. I'll talk about that later. Some details I need to share with you on that. But first, I want to get into this. Look at this. Look at this. Let me see here. Let's get a good look at that here. That is a test. Well, it's a PlayStation 2 test system. Let me set up my stuff here. Let's get this better here. First time I've done a stream from this new station that I set up. Okay, this is a very special system. Everything that I'm selling here, everything that I'm showing you guys, let me get rid of this, is all stuff that wasn't made for the consumer. This is all for, well, this one right here is a debugging station. Let's go over that real quick. Let's get this on here. Let's see here. Get that in focus. Yeah, boy. This says right here, it's a debugging station. This right here was for programmers who are creating video games for the system. Now, what's cool about this system is that it doesn't require, it's not the same like a standard one that you could buy. Reason being is that developers, when they're creating a game, instead of finalizing the game, going through the whole process of sealing the CD, they can just burn it onto a regular disc. Meaning just like, a DVD disc, pop it in here, and they would be able to test it and play it. And if it didn't work, well, they'd redo it and reburn it and put it right back in. Isn't that cool? Also, this is able to play, it was able to play like burn discs, like just out of someone's computer. It was able to play, it's also able to play region-free discs and a few other things from what I understand. Check that out. All right, so what we're going to do today is I want to test this guy. I want to fire it up so you guys can see it running. Let's plug that bad boy in, huh? We got some controllers and all that. This controller, I think it's just a standard controller. From what I remember purchasing this on its own and then just putting everything else on there. So these aren't anything special as far as controllers go. Just their standard PS2 controller. Plug that bad boy in. I think this came with it too, but it's just a standard network adapter. There's nothing extra. Let me double check on this one here. Nothing extra special about this network adapter. Is that coming through on the screen? Kind of dark, huh? It is kind of dark. So not much I can do about that. Maybe I could do this here. All right. So for me, it just says a network adapter. Let's plug this guy in. Let's see it fired up. Excuse my bald head. Oh. Tried to make sure that this thing was gonna work before I started the stream, and I did have some issues, so hopefully I don't have any issues to displaying for you guys. Let's see here. All right, that plugged into my capture. Let's switch over here to this. Let's see here. Oh, yep. Here we go. We're already having issues. Oh, no, we're not. I'm having issues, not the software. Okay, here we go. Let's turn this guy on. Hopefully it works. Here we go. Look at that, boys. My nerds, look at this. Got it fired up. A few things about the system. Part of what I like to do is I like to document the item that I find. I mean, this stuff isn't very common. So what I tried to do, like a good nerd, I tried to back up the BIOS on this. The only problem is it's not a standard PS2. So this is what I ended up trying. All right, first thing I ended up doing was downloading the free DVD boot. So I downloaded it, I burned it, and I tried to put it into the system. And the only issue is that when I tried to get this the correct version of free DVD boot, they didn't have one for this system. Let me show you. I have to go onto the screen. Yeah. Yeah. A few weeks ago. I'm trying. Oh, there it is. I need to go with version. That's what it was. The version. See that right there? It's version 1.10, and the earliest that I could find was 2.10. And so let me show you what it does. What it's supposed to do is this is supposed to somehow, I guess, bypass it, the initial setup configuration, so that it boots without the, I guess, the modification, without it being restricted to its regular boot system. Let's just say. Maybe it's probably not making sense. So let's go to, oh, looks like it's gonna fire up. So that's what I ended up saying right there. DVD player is not set up. What I understand is from the videos, this is just supposed to fire up into some sort of prompt, and then I can go to a section where it says download the BIOS, and then if I just plug in a USB right here, it should just dump the BIOS. I couldn't do that, unfortunately, because of this, the firmware on this thing's earlier than what anybody else has created the software for. So the next thing that I needed to do, another option to dump these BIOS, is to have one of these guys. You can't see here. Let me switch the mode here. See this better. This right here is what is it? FMCB 1.966 free McBoot. And the way this works is I plug this in to slot number 1, memory port. It says not to put any disks in there. No disks. No disks are in there. Let me restart it. All right. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to just run the software off of here. So it bypasses the internal system, and then that way I can then dump the BIOS onto a USB stick. But unfortunately, again, this free McBoot isn't designed to work with the test systems. So I think the third option would be for me to open this bad boy up and get these clamps to go right on the processor and just download it that way via USB and Linux system. I'm not set up for that yet. I would like to do that at some point in time, but there's no way I'm ready for that yet. So if you guys know some other way of doing it, please let me know. But if it does sell before that, then it's gone. Then it's unfortunate. It's not, it's not gonna be in my hands. Anyway, that's it. There's nothing. I can't do anything with the controller. Nothing's happening. All right, no problem. No big deal. It is what it is. All right, I did want to show it working on a disk, but before I do that, let me just check all my settings here. Make sure everything's going well. It looks like I do got some viewers. I didn't activate the chat. I think there's a chat. Let me check this chat. Welcome. Yeah, it looks like the chat is working. I got one viewer. Hi, one viewer. Anybody want to say something in the chat just so I know you're there? All right, so that's that one. All right, so we got all that. The next thing I want to show you guys is I want to show you this system working. Now I should have had some, I don't know, some burnt disk to test it out, but we won't worry about that right now. What we are going to do though, so I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to show you the next item that is available for sale. Here we go. It's right here. It's Final Fantasy, what is that, 11? Is a beta version. So this is the version that came out. This really wasn't for public consumption. I think it went out to just a select few people so they can test it. They can see how it works. And this is for online. So in order to get this one to work back in the day, you were going to need this guy right here. you're going to need the, what do you call it, network adapter. And then you connect that to the internet in order for it to work. Now, one of the issues, what I found out about this, what I heard, is that now, well, you can't even use it. Because there's no online network, you can't run it. It just kind of hangs. And so just to show you not only that the disc works, if you guys are interested in purchasing it as a collector's item, I'm sure there's some sort of community out there that can get this thing to work with some mods. Let me see here. Let's get it back on the other screen. Yeah, it looks like we do have somebody in the chat. What's up, my man? My man ROC6D. What up? What up, fellow nerd? Okay. We're going to try. Is this the right one? I got the wrong one. Yeah, I got the wrong. This is the, right here. Final Fantasy 11 beta version. This is just the, I don't know what this is. Must be some sort of like browser. Let's put the actual disc in. Let's see here. Make sure I'm on the right screen here. Hopefully I can get this set up so I don't have to keep checking my laptop over here. You hear that noise? That's not good. We're on its less legs. Here we go. Testing this guy. Okay, I think it's still reading. There we go. Let's see what's up in the chat here. My fellow nerd ROC6D says, liking the stuff so far. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let me see here. Here we go. So I got a few items here. Well, let's load up. I got a few items here that I want to go over with you guys. I don't want to give any juicy details about what they are, but there's some goodies in here. I'm sure some of you guys are really going to be interested in it. Here we go. Warning, please read. Thank you. I hate the ones where it shows you 14 paragraphs and gives you 2 seconds to read it. But I guess when you're trying to play a game, you just want straight to the game. Let's see, here's this push button. But for me, I got a small screen over here I'm trying to read from. So we got, look at that, we got an install. So not only do you need the network adapter, you need the hard drive. So unfortunately, I can't do that. Care about all that. Viewer in order to use the disk. So there you go. So this is as far as I can get on this thing. Uh-oh. It shut off. Huh. I think the game shut the system down. Let's try that one more time here. See if that wasn't just a fluke. So as far as downloading the BIOS on this, I'm stumped. So if you guys have another way besides doing that whole thing, opening it up and connecting it to those clamps, please let me know. Also, you can find a link to all these items on my website. The link is in the description. Here we go again. I don't care about the warning, actually. Read carefully. Wait for me. There we go. Push anything. I'm going to go start install again. And I think I have to push X. Here we go. Push. Oops. Let me show it here. Yep. I turned it off. That's weird. Okay. I'm sure you guys are anxiously waiting for the next few items. Go. What do you think, Rock? Should we try this disc too? Want to try this bad boy? See what it does? Actually, have never put this bad boy in here. Let's see. You guys hear the console, like the audio coming out? I can't hear it from my end. So if it's like going over my voice, like it's overcoming my voice, let me know. All right, here we go. You know what? Okay, so it knows there's no hard disk in here, so it looks like I'm not going to get any further. So that's it for that. That's fine. All right, so this is the beta version that is for sale on the website. And then this guy too. Let's give another once over this guy. Let's sit back up here. If you do want to purchase it, it comes with all this. It'll come with the controller, the network adapter, the system, the cables. This is going to be separate. And I got high resolution pictures of all these items on my website. So if you want to take a better look at it, you can. Look at that bad boy. That just goes right on here. Anyway, so that's the system. It's an okay shape. It's got a little bit bumps here and there. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, especially when you can't find something like this. You can find these. Actually, let me go over that. Let me go over some of the purchasing details. Okay, so all the stuff that I'm showing right now is going to be crypto only pay. Now that sounds kind of weird, but let me tell you why. I do have the ability to purchase. To sell using credit cards, so I can accept payment with credit cards. The only issue is when I tried to set all this up and I was reading all this stuff and the whole Stripe account, that they're looking for a reason to shut people down, especially Stripe. Like I read through the policies it took for anyway. That's more information you know. Basically, anything high risk, so anything that has a high value to it, anything that are like one of a kind items, things that sometimes they'll ask for receipts to show proof of purchase, that kind of thing. Anytime it's that kind of stuff, they call that high risk. And if you can't provide them with the stuff that they request, then they'll shut your Stripe account down. They'll hold on to your money forever. I've heard horror stories. So what I'm going to do is all these items are going to be crypto only. And if you want the details, you can go to the website, or you can just DM me, actually. DM me if you're interested in any of these items. Also, not only that, I also ship internationally. And so if people who are outside the U.S., I know that people in the U.S. don't really ship to you guys because of the whole hassle with the whole thing. So if you pay crypto, no problem. I will ship it to you internationally. So that's not an issue. All right, so that's this one. All right, what's next, right? You guys want to know what's next? Let me move this stuff here real quick. Stuff out of the way. I'm a big proponent on crypto. I really want to go all in on that, man, especially now that these ETFs are happening. Who knows what's going to happen? I'll shoot through the moon. Okay, that's that too. What's next? What do you guys want to see next, huh? You want to see something really cool? I think I'm going to show you the best for last. Which is what? What is the best for last? Ooh, here we go. Let's do this one. Okay, it's not as cool as the last thing. We'll save the really cool stuff for last. You guys see this right here? It's not just any standard PS1 controller. Is this too dark? Can you guys see this? Let me make this a little brighter. That's probably better. This is not your standard PS1 controller. Well, you could tell that because of this thing. It's a serial port. This right here is designed for a DevKit. A DevKit is basically just a computer specifically made to make PS1 video games. And what happens is, rather than just plugging a regular controller into an adapter, they just said, screw it, let's just make one end serial port that connects straight to the computer. Again, not an item that is typically available for purchase in the consumer market. The only issue with this kind of stuff is I don't have a DevKit. I don't have a DevKit to actually test it or to get it running. I don't know anybody that has one. So these basically are just as is. But I mean, these things are bulletproof. These things are typically work. I mean, these are what, over 20 years old? It does have a lot of scratches and dings. So that's one issue. But if you're a collector, this is going to be one of the ones you want. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Let's see here. That's the dark. Here we go. Just looks like your standard controller with a different end on it. Let's see. Let's go back to my man over here. ROC6D is asking more dev stuff. Yes, sir. Yes, there is. You hit it on the head. We're getting to that though. I like to put the appetizer before the main course. That's that bad boy. Also available. Also for sale and available. All right, next. All right. Let's go. Should we go with that one or that one? Yeah, let's go with this one. All right, before we get to that, I want to get to this. So not only did we have one test system, not only did we have a beta version for a video game, but we got two test systems, two debugging systems. The first one was the fat one. This right here is arguably the more desirable one. This is the slim. Look how thin that thing is, man. And the slim came out, like the standard PS2 slim came out a few years after the fat one, and they made, it was a lot of technology to make this thing this small. The reason this is more desirable because one, it's smaller. Two, I think the hardware is a little bit better, meaning the standard, not the test version. So this one right here, so this guy right here has a few issues, not just a little bit of scratches, but this, I'll talk about that in a minute. Actually, let's go over this real quick. Let's go over. I didn't say the serial or the model number of the last one, did I? This one right here is the Sony DTL-H 75. It looks like 3 zeros and an A. If you look on my YouTube channel, I actually have some PS1 test systems. I think one, it was the blue one. That was years ago. That was actually one of the better things that I've had that's come through my hands. The issue with this one is that the DVD drive is not running correctly. I'll put a disc in and it won't read it. I can hear it hum. It feels like there's some movement in there, but it's actually not reading. So unfortunately, that is an issue. But I hear that, I mean, it could be a few different kinds of fixes. It could be that the belt is not working, or maybe even the laser's not working. Hopefully it's just a belt issue. Now for this one, yes, it is available for purchase, but I also like to know if you guys know any YouTuber or social media person that it's into this kind of stuff and it's into fixing things. It'd be cool to do some sort of collab. So maybe I can send it to them and they can do it, or even with the other one too, if they know somehow to dump those BIOS. Again, I like to document all this stuff. So here it is. Let's do a little walkabout. High resolution pictures are on the site if you want to take a better look at that guy. Let's plug this one in and see it running. So more about those ETFs. Looks like they're about to be available to the public. And the word on the street is once that hits, when people start buying into that, Bitcoin's going up. And if Bitcoin goes up, other cryptos go up. I, for one, cannot wait. Right, look at that. I don't hold too much crypto at the moment. I had to sell a bunch of it reluctantly when, once all the prices of everything started going up. It's killing me. But I got some miners too, if anyone's interested. I'm mining on, I think, 2 rigs. Let me see here. Okay, this power brick is external on this one, which made this system a lot smaller, more desirable. And the network adapter, see if we can get that in there. The network adapter is built in. All around, a lot nicer. Looks like we got some more chats going on. I'll get to that just a minute. Let me plug this guy in. All right, power's on. All right, let's get to the chat here. Let's see what people are saying. Okay, it says here, contact maybe Tronics Fix. I think that's name of his channel. Okay, well, good tip. After the show here, I'll take a look at his channel to see what he does and get a word out to him. Hopefully he'll read it. Thanks, man. Thanks, my man. Okay, we got power. Here we go. Switch this up. Power this guy on. There it is. So for this one, I'm not going to hit the version number because the MAC address pops up. But essentially, the version number is a little higher than this one. Actually, I can tell you what it is. I'm going to go to my own website. I got it all documented here. Let me find it. So the version on this one, this is PlayStation driver version 2.0, which is the same issue. Now let's go over that again. I couldn't do the BIOS on this one either because, well, one, the system can't read the disk. It's not reading anything. So I couldn't use the free DVD boot. And then when I tried to boot it off the same memory card, it still got hung up. Let's give it a shot. Go to reset. That's it, just hangs. Nothing happens. I'm gonna put that disk. Let's try this guy. Try that beta version of Final Fantasy. Okay, I got my hand on it. Here, let me get the microphone near here so you can hear it. This is no data. So I have my hand on here. Let's try this again here. How do I go back? Enter. Right now my hands are on there and I didn't feel anything. Before I felt a little hum or a little vibration. I don't feel any vibration. So maybe that drive belt is gone. That this couldn't read. Okay, so yeah, one thing, it's the more desirable slim version of the PS2 test system. The only issue is you got to get that drive to work. So hopefully we can get this over to somebody. Thanks for the tip, my man over here, my nerd, ROC6D, and see what happens. But again, if someone, this is for sale now, so if you guys want to purchase it ahead of time, you can. But I would hope that maybe you guys can get this thing working and dump them BIOS. If not, well, that's fine. That's fine also. There we go. All right. Did I take that disc out? I did not take that disc out. Why don't you remind me? Why don't you guys remind me to take the disc out first? Shame on you guys. You know how many times I've bought systems or I bought games like in the discs or in the cases, and I go in and they're missing, and then sometimes I go when I'm out shopping, when I'm hitting the thrift stores and when I'm hitting the swap meets, I'll take the systems, not like this, maybe like an Xbox, and I'll bring a little pin with me. And whenever I go, I'll just put that pin in. You know, what is it? A paper clip, and it'll open the drive. Sometimes there'll be a game in there. Not always a good game, but at least something. Sometimes there's something good in there. Give me a second here while I take this off and go to the next item. All right. All right, here we go. Let me take a look at, see what's going on here, see what the numbers are. Sorry for just a completely white screen. Oh, we got a few viewers now. Look at that. Look at me. I'm big time. I got 3 viewers watching. Moving on up in the world. Here we go. What's next, guys? We got a few more items to go through. Let's go one more of these. Let's do this one. This is a good one. Let me see. Let me check something here. Yes. All right. So my man earlier was talking about more dev stuff. Well, let's go with more dev stuff. You're looking at this, you're going, what the hell is this thing? It looks like someone made this in their garage. And shoot, it looks like it is, huh? It's exactly what it looks like, but it's not actually. This right here is another dev system accessory. So before, like I was showing you, they had a controller with the serial port. At some point in time, like, you know what, let's just do an adapter. Let's put the adapter in there. And even has functionality for the memory cards. Look at that. One of the interesting things about this is that it's in Japanese. Let's see if we can get that going here. I got the translation on my website. So if you want to read this, I don't even know if it's upside down or what. I think this is the right way. Can't really see it. Anyway, it's in this part's in Japanese, this part's in English. This part says, why is it terrible? This service complies with part 15 of the FCC. So it looks like it at least went through the FCC on this thing. Japanese, and it's a 2-port controller. It's just an all metal case. I haven't opened it up. Again, if there's somebody you know that likes this kind of tech and they want to do some sort of video on it, of course, it has to be kind of a higher end YouTuber. I'm not going to send it to a me. I'm not going to send it to a person like a me and gets very few views. But I mean, if they want to take a look at it, maybe dump whatever's got on here, that'd be great. 2 serial ports, high resolution pictures on the site. Also available, also crypto only. It's got a 1 and a 2 on there. What's going on here? Let's see here. Got some more messages here. Free games is always nice. Not sure what that means. Oh, you're talking about when I was finding it in the system. Oh, yeah, man. It's always nice. Even if it is like a baseball game or a football game, it's always cool just to have one more. But every now and then, I would say 1 in 25 systems, you'll find a gem. Anyway, that's the DevKit accessory right here. The next item I'm going to show you is really something that, how do I even go about saying this? So the other things that I showed you are all items for people who want to create games, accessories, controllers, things like that, video games. This right here, on the other hand, this is completely different. This right here, while yes, it is a controller, and yes, I believe this is for the PS3, this right here is a prototype. So this is something that was originally supposed to be eventually for the end consumer, but this version is not. Let me show you here. Let me zoom in on this. You can see, let's see if I can get this better here. You see right there, it says Prototype, well, let me read from the top. Storm WSO sample, which is, my guess, is the, I don't know, the company that was making this. Model name to be announced, TBD, or to be displayed, maybe. And then some numbers. Prototype sample only for design review. So some sort of company was making this for Sony. And this one right here was the one that they based the current PlayStation Move controller off of. It looks pretty similar to the one that's available, but there is some differences, and I forget what it is. I think this is right here. The D-pad's a little different. This definitely is not on there. I think the PlayStation logo is on there, but the general form is there. I think maybe these buttons are a little bit different. I don't have a PS3 to test it, so I don't know if it actually works. It does have some issues. Looks like that trigger's missing there, and these move too. Look at that. I don't know what this tape is here for. But this looks like so it does look like there's a square here, meaning it's recessed. So I can feel a lip here and a lip there all the way around. Here's the inside. There's I think the controller right there. It's connected in there. This is something that I could test if I had a PS3. Unfortunately, I don't have one, and I don't know anybody that has one right now. Who knows if it even turns on? Who knows if well, it does have the circuitry right here. And I mean, these buttons do move and everything does feel like it should work. Anyway, this guy's a gem right here. Prototype, that's not something you find, especially with PS3 stuff. Let's go to chat here. Oh yeah, yeah. That is what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a little bit of delay from what I'm saying in the chat or the video that's coming out that you guys see. So sometimes when you respond, I'm not sure what you guys are referring to. But I guess you guys already know that. You guys are smart. You guys are nerds. Here it is, man. This is right here a prototype in the wild, available for you, the collector. For you, the one who is a PlayStation fanatic. When I was growing up, man, it was Nintendo all the way. I did not like the PS1 when it came out. Did not like the blocks, the blockiness of it, the control, none of it. I hated the loading times, none of it. It was all Nintendo 64. All right, that is done. Hopefully you guys are entertained so far. Hopefully you guys like this live setup that I got going on. I tried real hard to get this thing going, man. Last night I was up real late I had to uninstall, I had to copy drivers off of one computer and put it on this computer. I've never done that before, and I got that video capture device to work. It's a little chintzy $15 thing, but I didn't want to wait anymore. I wanted to do a live stream for you guys. I wanted to get it out today. There it is. All right, next. What is next? Let's see what I got. Oh. That is. We got one last thing, boys. We got one last thing, my fellow nerds. This is the creme de la creme. Well, I guess it all depends on what you're interested in. But this one right here is not something that you see come up very often. And when you do, ooh, wait, good luck. Oh, before I show it real quick, I have sold things on eBay. So I do have the ability to sell all these items. The only issue with eBay is the same thing with the credit card companies. High-risk items are a little bit taboo. I've heard of people try and sell some of this stuff on eBay. Some of it will go through, yeah, but some of it will get kicked off. And they'll give you some scary messages like, hey, you try and do this again, we'll shut you down. And so the only reason I have so much of this stuff is because of that. I would have sold this stuff a long time ago. But I said, fine, that's it. You know what? I'm getting my own thing online. I'm starting this thing on YouTube. We're getting it out to my people. And that's it. All right, creme de la creme time. You guys ready? Look at that. Look at that. You're saying, hey, Abel, that's just a PSP with a long cable on it. Nope, it is not. It looks like it, but it's not. What's interesting about this guy is that it says on here, check that out. I'm not making you guys dizzy with all the zoom ins. It says right there, it says Sony controller. The hell does that mean? What do you mean Sony controller? It's a PSP. It says so right there. Well, this is actually, in fact, a developing unit. This is more of an accessory than it is a console or a system. What happens is, again, when people are creating the video games, specifically for the PSP, I guess for any video game, you have the DevKit, the computer, and then you have the controllers and accessories. So what you do is you plug it in to your, look at that thing. You plug it into the DevKit, and the DevKit is actually running the PSP. This right here is just showing you what's on the DevKit. So in essence, this is just a controller. This has none of the regular parts a PSP has on the inside. So you can't just turn this on. It has to get its operating system from the DevKit. The reason to do that is so that the testers can just work on the, work on the computer, and instead of having to burn disk or burn the whatever the little things on there. As you can see, look, you can't even, there's nowhere to put it in. It doesn't open up. It's all connected through here. So they could just create it on the system, and then while this is plugged in, it'll show up as if it would on any other PSP. Now, the reason I say this is a cream of the crop is because, man, I've had a lot of people ask me about these. I've sold a few of these a long time ago, and even now I'll get a few people come back and ask me about these. And I kept telling them no, because I didn't want to sell them in that platform that I was on. But now for you guys, create my own platform. And again, on this one too, I can't test it. I don't have DevKit. I tried different things. I tried to plug in this. I mean, it looks like a mini USB. Right? Is that what it is? Or the camera version of the USB? I tried to plug that in to an adapter to see if I can get power, to see if I can get this going. I couldn't figure it out, and I didn't want to damage it. Also, on the article that I have on this on my site, it has a link to Modern Gamer, and he does a really good video on this. He actually has a dev kit, and he shows turning it on. That's this, not this exact one that I'm holding, but another PSP controller. He actually did a really good video on that one. I linked that on my site if you guys want to check it out. All right, let's go to chat here. What do we got? Oh, here we go. My boy ROC6D says it's a controller basically because it had no batteries for DevKit. So this guy already knows. My boy over here already knows. Maybe this is more popular than I thought. Yeah, no battery, just a controller. But it does have, look at that. You can plug stuff in here. Plug all that stuff in there. All right, well, let's see here. And that's it, boys. That is the last thing on there. But before you guys go, just wanted to actually tease the next one that I got going on. Oh yeah, this ain't it. This is not it. I do have other stuff planned. I do have some more lives I want to do. And I mean, this is just the Sony stuff that I got. There's a bunch of other things that I can cross over you guys would really like. So anyway, if you guys are interested, check out the website, ableexcel.com. All the links are in the description to the items. If you guys are interested in any of these items, DM me. I'm on Twitter and on Telegram. Let's see here. One more thing here on the chat. That's it, boys. Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys later.